So hope you guys remember how to open this Anaconda prompt. Anyhow, I will open it from. I'll start from again. One second. So I'm going to all programs. So in all programs, I can find this Anaconda 364-bit. So in this, we can simply give this Anaconda prompt, this Anaconda 3. So when I am just clicking on it, it will open a command prompt kind of stuff. So else you can go with the navigator and give a launch. So if you guys are having a shortcut for the Jupyter notebook, you can directly launch it. So by this way, anyway, you can able to open your Jupyter notebook. So first I'm just giving change directory. The reason I'm giving change directory is I just want to open this Jupyter notebook in a particular path from my system. So if I'm directly giving Jupyter notebook will be launched in this particular folder. But I want to open in that targeted folder. So for that perspective, I give a change directory and which folder I want to open, I given that. So you can give any drive from your system, so it will open Jupyter notebook in this particular path. So that's the thing here. Okay, so once you've given a Jupyter notebook, it will take some moments and it will start to load your local host and it will open our Jupyter notebook, and we are already aware of how to handle the Jupyter notebook. That's what we discussed in our Friday session. So today we are going to start with NumPy. Okay. So sometimes when you are opening the very first time, if it's asked for a password, means kindly give this token, this things as a password. Okay. So it's open something like this. So I just want to go ahead with this stuff. So today we are going to start with NumPy. So NumPy means numerical Python. That's what your NumPy is. So by using NumPy, 1 minute please. Yeah, by using NumPy, you can able to handle some matrix stuff. That's what your NumPy is. So matrix means you guys know, right? So usually the rows and the columns only. NumPy mainly used to handle the images. So when you are having some images, we can't able to directly handle the image. So for that perspective, the image will be converted to rows and columns. So after it converts to rows and columns, so if it's this is an image, and if you want to handle some eye or something from that image means, we'll be first converting that images to rows and columns. So after you converted this to rows and columns, we can able to get the particular element from this particular stuff. That's what your NumPy is actually doing here. So going ahead with the NumPy, you can able to handle some matrix stuff. So NumPy is a numerical Python. It's a very old library from your data science. So this is all something you guys needs to understand before starting with the NumPy. Yeah. So when we are just going ahead to start any new file, go for this file, new notebook, and it will open your Python 3 based stuff in another URL. So by clicking this untitled, we can able to say change your name like this. Now import statement. We are already aware of what is import statement. Import is nothing but which is used to get one library or one another Python file. So whatever. So I am just giving an import NumPy. And to execute, we have a shift and enter as a shortcut key. Else you can just go for this run. So it will run. I'm just giving a shift and enter. So when we are having an asterisk symbol here, then the particular cell is run. So please wait until that cell run. If you are running continuously means it will take too much of time to run. So now, as we told, NumPy is nothing but used to handle the array stuff. So we need to handle array. So NumPy dot array. So in this bracket, I am giving one list. Okay. So it may be like simple list like this. So again, I am executing the stuff. We got the output like this. So this I will explain little in depth now. So now if you want to handle any inbuilt functions from NumPy, every time what you need to do is you need to give a NumPy.array, NumPy.array, NumPy.array. So instead of making this word, instead of every time typing this 5 letters, I just want to make it little short. So for that perspective, what we are going to do here is import NumPy as NP. That means I am going to import the NumPy in the name of NP. So instead of using a NumPy here, we can able to use a NP. That's more than enough. I'm just running it again, the cell. So now instead of here NumPy, I'm giving an NP. So this is nothing but a for shortcut. So the very first thing you guys needs to understand. The next thing is numpy.array. Inside I just created only one list. So it's created a one-dimensional array. Okay. So now if I'm going to create a one more list, so I'm giving a command and I'm just creating one list and I'm just giving a 4, 5, 6. So let's we execute. I'm getting a data type not understood because the syntax here is first I need to give one square bracket. Inside I need to give my dimensions. So let me give a one more list. So and comma. See, now you got the output. And here we have a three numbers in the very first list. And in the second list, we are having another three numbers. If I am giving one more number means, still you will get the output. But here you will get, this is one list which is contain something like this, and this is one list which will be getting contain some list. You can't able to get in the array format like previously. The reason is here you have a different numbers and here we have a different number, so we can't able to form the array. So it's always advisable to give the same elements in both list. Then only we can able to get it in a array format. So like this way, you can able to create your n-dimensional arrays. So now I created three-dimensional array. So you can able to create like how you want to create your array. You can able to create it. It's not a problem. So we can able to create an array from different list. So now, for example, let me give one variable name, and in this variable name, I'm just assigning one list data type. So the next thing is numpy dot array. In a bracket, you can simply give this variable name. That's more than enough. So like this also, we can able to create your list. Sorry, create your array. Okay. So simply telling your numpy is nothing but a group of inbuilt functions which is used to handle only your matrix functions. So that's what simply array is, numpy is. So let me go for a directory functions of array. Sorry, numpy. So when we are applying a directories functions, here we have a lot of directory functions. So let me get a length of directories. So total we have 622 inbuilt functions, which is actually only available in NumPy. But if we are covering 622 NumPy function only means for this NumPy itself, it took around 2 to 3 weeks because it's almost 600, right? So now what we are going to do is we are going to discuss only the basics of NumPy, which is all very important to handle your data science. Because as we already told, NumPy is mainly used to handle the image analytics, not for data analytics. So for that perspective, we'll be going ahead with only the basics of NumPy. That's more than enough. And one more thing, if you know whatever the inbuilt functions which I am going to handle today, if you know that much level, you can easily adapt to the next thing. So that's not a very big deal for our NumPy. So knowing only the basic steps in NumPy, it's more than enough. So that's the very first thing you guys needs to understand. Okay. So the next thing what we are going to do here is, let's we start with some important and basic inbuilt functions of NumPy. So we know range of 1 comma 10 in your Python. So it will give a particular range 1 to 10 in your for loop. So we'll be getting. So the same kind of stuff you can able to give in a NumPy as well. So NumPy dot range, I am just giving 0 comma 10 or whatever. So you will get that list which is actually available from 0 to 9, always the last value excluded. So the next thing is, in this array range you can give a step as well. So 0 to 10 you give out, you get an output like this. If I am giving a step like 2, so it will give two steps. That means, so for this 2 you will get 0. So this 2, so then 2, then we'll get 4, then we'll get a 6, then we'll get a 8. Like this will get our output. So let me execute this. See, so start, end, and a step. So this is how your arrange will work. Okay, now we know how to create an array. So we have another ways to create our arrays. So that ways are, so for example, when I am just giving numpy dot zeros, so here you can give how many rows and how many columns you want to get. Always your numpy will comes row comma column, like this format only we always used to get. So numpy dot zeros, I am giving a 3 row 3 column. So you are just getting a data type not understood. So we need to give, when you are giving a one more bracket we need to give. So for 3 row 3 column you will get the array which is filled with the zeros. That's what your numpy dot zeros is. So if I am just giving a 4 row, then you will get 4 row 3 columns which is filled with zeros. So this is what your zeros is doing here. So now instead of, if I am giving a numpy dot ones, you can able to get 2 row 4 column. So we'll be getting a data type not understood. Then we need to give this 2 brackets. So you got 2 rows, 4 columns. This is how your output will works. So for this zeros and ones will be getting output like this. If you want to get the I matrix, so numpy dot I, that is nothing but a identity. So let me give a 4 row 4 column. Here you will get the output which is exactly like this. So here in this identity manner, you will get to 1, remaining everything will be filled with the zeros. So like this will be getting. So this is what your I matrix is. That's nothing but the identity matrix. So the next thing is numpy dot full. I wanna create my array for 4 row 5 column which is filled with 9. So you will get 4 row 5 column which is filled with 9. Instead of, if I am just giving an 4, you will get 4 which is filled with. If we are giving a 14 means that will also be get us a fully filled with 14 like this. We can able to create like however you want to create your array, you can able to create your array. So this is what you are creating an array in your numpy is. So then we are having some other inbuilt function that is nothing but the line space. So this line space, which is used to return the numbers in a even spaced stuff. So let me handle this. So numpy dot line space, I want to create one array element in between 0 to 10. Okay. And I want to get only 3 elements in between 0 to 10. Let's we execute. So we have a 0, we have a 5, we have a 10. So now for the 0 to 5, the space interval is 5, and 5 to 10, the space interval is 5. So like this. So when you are having 3 elements or n number of elements, the space between the 2 elements will be equal with all the stuff. So that's what your line space is. So instead of this 3, if I am giving a 10 means, Okay, from 0 to 10, you will totally get 10 elements. So 0 point, so 1.1, 2.2, 3.3. So now the space between each and every element is 1.1. So which is eventually spaced between all the elements. That's what your line space is doing here. So this is another inbuilt function. So the next thing is random. So this random means it's going to get you only the random in the uniform distribution manner. So uniform distribution means it's always used to give in between to 0 to 1. So numpy dot random dot, I'm just giving so I got total 3 elements in between to 0 to 1. So that's what your random is doing. So instead of this rand, if I am just giving 3 comma 3 means you will get 3 row 3 column. So this is all like normal. So if you are giving a rand itself, so numpy dot random dot rand, you will get in the uniform distribution manner. So if you are giving an integer means, so it will give you that integer. So now you are just getting some value error. When we are using in this integer, you need to give the space like in a range. So 3 to 30. I want to get some random element like this. So 3 to 30, I want to get total 10 random elements. So you will get the output like this. So this is how the random works. Random means which is used to create some random stuff. Okay. So the next thing is now we need to discuss about indexing slicing. That's another important concept. So we are already aware of what is indexing slicing is. So indexing means which is used to pointing out only one element. Slicing means it's going to get the particular stuff. That's what our indexing slicing is, right? So now we are going to handle our indexing slicing in our NumPy. So that's what now we are going to deal with it. So I'm going to create one thing that's nothing but a row comma column. So when it comes to row, this will be our row and the column means in this y direction. That's what our column is, right? So always your arrays will comes like this only. So when you are just going to handle some format, so you always needs to handle like this way. So how you need to handle is your variable name. Let me give a syntax first. Your variable name, and in this you are giving one square bracket, row, colon, column. So like this you can able to handle. Or if you want to get only row means you need to give a variable name in square bracket. If you are just giving only the row elements, that's all. So apart from how we can able to handle this variable name, you can able to give colon, and after this if you are giving a column like this we can able to handle it. So if you want to get row column both, you can just use like this. If you want to get only row, you can able to go ahead like this. If you want to get column means this colon, the empty stuff, that means all rows, then you can just give a column. So now we will start from this thing. Now what I'm going to do here is, okay, now I will start from row. I am giving 1. If I'm giving my matrix 1 means it will get the first row. So what's the first row? This is first row. So 0th row and first row and then second row. If I'm giving a 2 means then we will get 7, 8, 9 like this. So instead of if I am just giving something colon 1, um, so in a square bracket I am giving in colon. So now it includes all the row and now I am giving 1. That means it will get only the first column. So the first column means it's actually getting the 0th row. We need to get 2, 5, 8. We need to give comma, guys. Sorry. Because here we need to always we need to give a row comma column, not row colon column, row comma column. So for to tell you need to use like this. So now all rows and first column. So when we are executing this, you will get 258 like this. So this is how we can able to get only the column. So to apply this matrix, we always needs to go with row comma column. So only rows are very simple stuff. If you want to get the column, so all the rows comma you need to give the column stuff. So in here, if I am giving 0 colon 2, so that means it's going to get only the 0 and the first column, not going to take the second one because always the last value excluded. Na? So you will get the output of 147258. So it got only these things. So this is how your column used to be works. So in case if I am applying both row and column, so the variable name. So inside this, I'm just going to give a row. So row means we can give 1 colon, that's all. Yeah, else what I'm just going to do here is, yeah, 1 colon 3. Anyhow, the last value is excluded. So 1 and 2 we can able to get, comma. I'm going to give 1 colon 3, the same. Okay, now what I want to get here is, I want to get only this 5, 6, 8, 9. I want to get only these things. So for that perspective, now what I'm going to do here is 1, 3. Here also like 1, 3, I just applied like this. So for this 1, 2, 3, your Python will get this complete row. So 1 and 2, it will get always the last value excluded. And for this column 1 colon 3, it will just get from this 1, the column. So it will get from this. So it will get the output like this. So when we are combining this both row comma column, so it will get only this particular stuff. It won't get this full things. So this is how we were this line will work. So let me execute. You will get 5, 6, 8, 9. So for this 1, 2, 3, it will get this 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And for this 1, 2, 3, you will get 2, 5, 8, 3, 6, 9. So when we are combining this row comma column, it will applied whatever common for this both will be just getting that output. So in case if I am giving 1 to 2 means it will going to get only the first column, right? So we will get only 5 and 8. So like this only your indexing slicing will work. So kindly have a look on this for 2 minutes, and if you have any doubts kindly ask. So I hope this method is clear for you guys. So today kindly work out this much level, that's more than enough. So tomorrow we will complete this remaining two files because that remaining are like only this. Okay, let me just explain this. In this numpy operation, when you can able to add this two arrays, you can able to apply the multiplication, you can able to apply the minus division, and you can able to apply the exponential square root. You can able to apply your exponential like with this built-in function as well. And numpy dot max, that means it's used to get the maximum value, and sign means it's used to apply the sign log. So like this we can able to go ahead. So this are some arithmetic functions which we applied with our NumPy. So that's actually available in your class 3. Okay guys, let's today you work out only the class 1 and class 3. Class 2 will go tomorrow. So here we have some important concepts. So class 2 will go tomorrow. So first to work out this and be ready with it. Then we'll go ahead with the next things by tomorrow. Is that fine? Any questions? Okay guys. Then we'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Take care all.
Bye, ma'am.